Oh, hello again. On this episode of Cooking with Dan and Liz, I've got a very special guest. Your hint is Liz Ram has decided that she is going to break her silence and give you, the viewing public, her long anticipated and requested Salsa Verde.
Ay, Dios mío!
What? Salsa Verde. All right, here we are. Liz Ram, so tell us, you're going to make Salsa Verde.
Verde.
I'm just kidding!
Start with telling us what your ingredients are.
So we have serrano chilies. These are not the typical jalapeno. These are a little bit smaller. I mean, they come in all sizes, but you will want to have about 4 or 3, depending on how spicy you like it. We have tomatillo, which is a green tomate, but it comes in a husk and it's kind of sticky. So when you remove the husk and you wash them, make sure they're well washed because that your salsa may taste bitter. And then you also need an onion and some cilantro.
And how do you pick a good tomatillo?
Well, when you're in the market, you can just pick through the husk and see that it's, in good condition. And smaller ones are better than if they're like super huge. They tend to have a better color and flavor. So we're gonna remove the husk and clean them, wash them, take off the stem of the chilies and wash them too, and prep them to put them in the boiling water. Basically, until they change colors, I don't have a time, but maybe about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to boil. So as you can see right here, tomatillos are changing colors.
Wow!
So that's, you want them all to change, so you can flip them around and just make sure the chilies also get cooked. Okay, so they're ready. As you could see, they got very soft and the skin,
yeah.
Some of them may have popped.
Okay, that's okay.
That's fine, that's fine. So you're gonna wanna put them aside of the boiling water to cool down if you're in a hurry. In other ways, you can lid them off the stove and continue whatever you're doing for your day.
All right.
But since we want this for dinner, we're gonna pop them in the freezer just to make them cool down faster. Okay, so while the tomatillos are cooling down, I'm gonna dice some onion. This really depends on your taste, how much you like it, but I'm gonna do like 1/4 of an onion, and we'll dice it up.
And the cilantro, how much cilantro do you think you'll use for this?
Probably like this bunch. You want to chop it finely, and I'll show you. You'll see on the salsa.
So this is what I've noticed about Mexican cooking is there's no set amount of anything. It's just a little of this, a little of that, to your taste, blah, 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 right?
It's based, I mean, this is the fights I have with my mom, like, how much salt? Well, like this much. And I'm like, well, my hand and your hand, it's not the same.
Yeah, we all have that.
So, yeah. So they cool down completely. So they're ready to be in the blender. And we don't have a regular blender. We just have the lid.
Now, why make them cold like that?
Because I think in other ways your blender will explode on you. And I could smell that these peppers are quite spicy. So I had boiled 4 of them, but I am going to leave one out.
Thank you, Jesus!
So once you put your tomatillos in, you can see that you may need a little bit of liquid. So that's why you're going to use the water you boil them in, and you barely want to cover them.
So that's why we saved our water.
Yes.
Okay. That's
what you saved. And the salt part, haha, that's when it comes with the Mexican measuring cup. This is just what I was taught, and that's what you do.
¡Hola, mi sol de México! ¡Tóquenle bonito como allá en Pueblo Nuevo!
Spoon.
Sure. So I can smell it. But
smell, yeah, you can
super
smell it, too.
spicy. Yeah, it needs more salt.
More salt, okay.
More salt, and you could see on, just grab this. You can see it's a little bit thick.
Yeah.
It's not so like salsa-like.
Right.
So you want to add a little bit more.
Okay.
You can always add a little more water.
Right. Yeah. Sort of a salsa consistency.
Don't do that.
All right, so now that's your cilantro and your onion.
Yes.
And you're just going to pour it in, right?
Yep.
Well, there you go, salsa verde, and it is so good. A little bit of heat, I don't mind. And this goes on any kind of meat, poultry, fish. It goes on eggs in the morning, which I'm planning on doing in the morning. It's just really good. You can keep it in the refrigerator for 2-3 days. Maybe freeze it. We've never tried that because we never end up, having enough left to freeze. But I want to thank Liz Ram for her fantastic recipe, and maybe I can convince her to do her guacamole recipe for us.
No te vayas a ir con otra.